Hello, I'm Joaquin Fargas. Welcome to my studio in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We are part of the Ars Electronica Festival this year, 2020, and we are part of the garden in Buenos Aires called The Nature of Our Nature. One of the programs is called Dialogue Between Two Deserts. We are connecting two deserts, the White Desert in the White Continent in Antarctica and the Atacama Desert in Chile. Two robots went to these places, one to Antarctica and the other one to the desert of Atacama. They are connected through the water issue that is one of the main problems for the future generations in our planet. One of the robots, Glaciator, went to Antarctica, and the purpose of Glaciator is to maintain the glaciers. They help the glaciers to grow. Because of the climate change, the glaciers are melting, and the thaw is a huge problem for the water in our planet. So the robot pushes the snow continuously, pushing the snow and generating ice, regaining the glacier its mass. The robot is completely autonomous, and I will explain later the features of this robot. The other robot is called Rabdomante, went to the Atacama Desert in Chile, the driest place in the world. NASA find a spot, a small town called Maria Elena in the Atacama Desert, and they find this the driest spot in the world. One place is Antarctica, the huge reservoir of water in the world, and the other the driest place in the world. They are connected through the water issues. One helps to maintain the glacier, and the other generates a new cycle of water on Earth. Rabdomante has solar panels. The solar panels feed Peltier cells, that are cells that has two sides. One side became hot when you put electricity on them, and the other will be cold. In the cold side of the Peltier cell, the water from the atmosphere condensates. This is a way to obtain water, and it's a new cycle. Why I said this is a new cycle of water on Earth? Because the sun that hits the desert and evaporates the water to the atmosphere recovers the water from the atmosphere by transforming the electricity in the radiation of the sun into electricity in the solar panels that feed the Peltier cells. This is a way to maybe transform the desert into other places in the future. Both projects are utopic projects. Maybe it's impossible to make this change, but maybe they can, in some way, encourage the scientists and the technologies to do something, because we have to do something, even if we don't know the result. Because if we do nothing, we just know the results. Well, I'm going to explain how the robot works, and I expect you to visit again my studio and talk about these global issues and help to raise awareness on climate change and global warming. Thank you so much. This is Glaciator, the robot that went to Antarctica in 2017, and I'm going to explain how it works. You have here, well, this is a huge motor that drives the robot. It has to go through the snow and through the ice and through rocks, so the wheels let him to go anywhere. It has a computer here, a small computer called Raspberry Pi. There is another, for example, here this is a Arduino microprocessor. It has a GPS here, an antenna to connect to the computer or the ship or wherever is the place that you are commanding the controlling the robot. If you give the robot the coordinates, it will generate a square there, and it will run inside the square again and again, pushing the snow and transforming the snow into ice to regain the glacier mass. The solar panels, these are all solar panels, and let the robot to be autonomous, so you can let the robot work in the glaciers without any problem and continuously. Obviously, this is a utopic project. Maybe it's impossible to run this robot or to run thousands of robots to make a difference in a glacier. But maybe it's a way to encourage the people to think about the future, about that something must be done. This is Rabdomante, the solar robot that went to the Atacama Desert in Chile. You see that has many solar panels there. It has two motors, and the solar panels connect to the Peltier cells here. These Peltier cells, this is the part of the cell that will become cold because of the electricity generated by the solar panels, and this cold side of these Peltier cells, the water from the atmosphere will condensate, even if it works in the driest place of the world, like Maria Elena location in the Atacama Desert. This is a new cycle of water on Earth. The sun that usually evaporates the water from the desert is used to recover the water from the atmosphere. The solar radiation is transformed in the panels into electricity. Electricity feeds the Peltier cells, and then you recover the water again. Now I'm going to put this running for a second. You see, it's like a worm that is going continuously from connecting from one place to the other. Both sides are connected, but they work like a worm in the desert, like an armadillo.